Hello everyone, we're out here on a hot Texas afternoon to talk about the Ford Blue Oval Network. Now we're sitting in my Ford F-150 Lightning. I just bought it. I really didn't know anything about the Blue Ford Oval Network when purchasing this vehicle, but after learning about it I got really excited because it takes a lot of what I don't like about EV charging on the go and tries to fix it. So here we are. We're going to do a test of the Blue Oval Network. Let me first explain what the Blue Oval Network is. What Ford has done is they've tried to fix one of the most annoying parts of EV charging, and I'm really excited about it. So basically, if you're unfamiliar with EV charging as it is currently in 2025 and has been up to this point, is that every single different brand of EV charger basically has their own app where you have to create an account, put in your credit card information. Very few EV chargers allow you to actually pay at the pump and just swipe your credit card to pay. Everything is kind of based around the idea of having an account. Imagine every time you pull up to a gas station, a different gas station that you don't normally use, you have to pull out your phone, create an app, blah blah blah, do all this. You don't have good connection, you know, it's just terrible. So what Ford has done is they've taken all that whole mess of a system and they put it under one umbrella that they call the Ford Blue Oval Network. So you create one account with Ford, you put in your payment information one time, and as long as you're using a network that is under this Blue Oval Network umbrella, you're able to charge. The biggest names in EV charging are part of it, which is fantastic. Tesla being the biggest one by far. Great. Electrify America, which is where we're at now. Iona, EVgo, ChargePoint, on and on. There's a whole bunch of players that have signed on to this Blue Oval Network, and it's great. What we're out here doing today is we're just going to test it out. We're going to go to 3 different places. We have Electrify America, which is plug and charge. Supposedly we can just plug in and it will recognize the Blue Oval Network and we'll just start charging. And then we're going to go to a charger at our Ford dealer. I don't even know what it is, but it's part of the Blue Oval Network. So we're going to go there. It's not plug and charge. So we're going to demonstrate how all that works from touchscreen and how you get it going. And then we're going to go to the big daddy of them all, Tesla, and then test out the plug and charge there. So come along with us and we'll see how it all works. All right, so here we are, no hands, no apps. So, just gonna plug in. I've already created my account on the Ford Pass app, so all that's done. I've enabled plug and charge. We're just gonna watch and see what it does. Connecting the vehicle. If you're new to EV charging, this is normal. It can take a minute or two to actually start charging. We're plugged into the 100-watt charger here. I didn't want to take up a fast charger to do this in case anyone needed it, because we're just going to plug in long enough to prove that it works. All right, how about that? All that buzzing and hissing is normal. All right, welcome Ford customer. All right. All right, so I think that pretty well proves it. Let's actually take a quick look in the vehicle if you want to come right with me. So let's see. So yeah, here we are, fast charging, 131 kilowatts. So I'd say it's working. So. One thing I'm not entirely clear on is So we're going to fast chargers for called Francis Energy, part of the Ford network, but it is not plug-in charge. So here we go. All right, here we are. Going into Agriculture Ford, Francis Energy chargers. They have level 2 here as well. We're here at Francis Energy. We're going to go to public charging, and we're going to KUL02. Activate. Plug in. So let's get out and plug in. One thing I want to point out is on the public charging page on the infotainment system here, it will tell you that if a charger at a network that is normally part of the Blue Oval network is not compatible. And here we can see this Tesla charging station is not compatible, even though this Tesla station is, and pretty much all of the other Tesla stations that I have looked at on here are available. Another nice thing is this gives you real-time update of the status of the charging network. So in Lorena, Texas, which is where we're headed next, 15 of 20 available, adapter needed, which we have, and it is plug and charge. So let's go. All right, here we are at Tesla. It's supposed to be plug and charge, so we're going to grab our adapter out of the front, plug it in, and then plug that in, and it should work. So here we go. Much lighter and easier to handle, by the way, than the Francis Energy. Same heavy. There's no screen in Tesla supercharger, so you have to rely on the charger. All right, so we're at 160 kilowatts. Plug and charge worked. Blue Oval network worked. Awesome. So, as you guys saw, no look on, no hands. We didn't do anything other than plug it into the truck and sign up for the Blue Oval network. So, this is a huge win for Ford. This is a huge step in the right direction, I think, for the charging network in the United States. It's kind of a hodgepodge mess right now, but Ford is, I think, doing a huge service for their owners, consolidating this mess of accounts and payments and all this other stuff into one app, the Ford Blue Oval Network, or Ford Pass app. And there's no subscription fee to sign up for this service. You still have to obviously pay for the energy that you use at each charging network. But yeah, this is fantastic. So, and having Tesla as part of it is huge. Thanks for following along. Stay tuned for more content on things EV as you see things as I discover them. So, thanks for watching.